Akademiks can't ride no wave.
This is some overseas news. They're claiming that there's a drone likely linked to Iran that crashed into the 57th floor of the Address Creek Harbor high-rise in Dubai. Yo, don't we live in a crazy world? Niggas could just, like, yo, I know somewhere, like, in the depths of hell, them terrorist niggas from 9/11, they're seething. They're looking at this shit and be like, wait, so we ain't even have to get on the plane? Oh, hell nah. Y'all niggas got drones now? Yeah. They don't even need niggas to hijack planes no more. They just send a drone. They just sent a drone. This shit is crazy. Holy shit. Obviously, they're not going to send like an actual commercial airplane-sized drone because they want to go undetected, kind of blah, blah, blah. But shit. Yeah, I know. Them 9/11 hijackers, they're burning in the pits of hell like, oh, man, why niggas why they didn't find this technology before I agreed to this bullshit, man? Yeah, you're an idiot. Okay, so that's going on over there. Trump still popping his shit. So we're totally destroying. Yo, when your president says we are totally, oh my God. When he's talking like a white frat boy. Yo, let me tell you this. Whenever Trump leaves office, I ain't gonna lie. He's gonna go down as one of the GOATs. Good or bad. This guy's like a one of one. Imagine your president. He's like, yo, we're totally destroying these guys. Like, imagine the president talking like that. We are totally destroying the terrorist regime of Iran, militarily, economically, and otherwise. If you haven't read the failing New York Times, you would incorrectly think that we're not winning. Iran's Navy is gone. The Air Force is no longer. Missiles and drones and everything else are being decimated, and their leaders have been wiped off the face of the earth. Jesus Christ. We have unparalleled firepower, unlimited ammunition, and plenty of time. Watch what happens to these deranged scumbags today. What? Yo, that's like tell your ops, yo, we finna spin back on these bitch-ass niggas again. So watch what happens to these deranged scumbags today. They've been killing innocent people all over the world for 47 years, and now I, as the 47th president, am killing them. No way. There's no way you send this. I'm killing them? Yo, Trump is no way. What a great honor to do so. That gotta be a fake tweet. I just gotta look. I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes I gotta look. Yo, Trump, the only president that tweets some shit that you gotta go and look it up to see if it's real. Trump scumbags. I gotta look it up that it was a real post.
We had the greatest economy. I'm doing something about it. And I had to take an excursion. We had the greatest economy in history. We still do. Oh, this will bounce right back. When it's over, and I don't think it's going to be long, when it's over, this is going to bounce right back so fast.
When are you going to know when it's over?
When I feel it.
Okay.
I feel it in my bones.
Will you ask anybody in particular? Would that be some of these?
That nigga said, I'll feel it in my bones when it's over. Oh, he did tweet it. Oh, shit. He said, I see why Trump say he not going to heaven, bro. That nigga says, I'm killing them and I'm happy to do it. What? He says, I am killing them. What a great honor to do so. Jesus Christ. Even if you're doing something for the right, just to say that you're committing like mass murder and you're like, I'm happy to do so. Yeah, I don't know if Trump making it to heaven, bro. They might be right with that one. They might be right with that one. Holy shit. The U.S. State Department put out a massive $10 million reward on the new leader. Didn't we just kill like two of their leaders? Mojtaba Khomeini and 9 others. He says dead or alive. What? This nigga Trump is on a different type of timing. Is this shit real?
situation with Iran is moving along very rapidly. Its situation with Iran is moving along.
I ain't gonna lie, this guy Trump is a wild dude, bro.
A question mark. Is Irani authorities might
Okay. You're not giving me no news with a fucking accent. I'm sorry. No way. Not listen to Bangladesh Times. Are you crazy? Like, yeah, Trump might be tweaking right now, but we are still. Well, I'm still American. What the fuck? Let me see. There's another clip with Trump. Like, this thing is hilarious. I ain't gonna lie to you. Is he getting us in like some hot water? Of fucking course. I can't lie.
When will the Navy start escorting tankers to the Straits of Hormuz? Mr. President, when will the Navy start?
Yo, this was the funniest shit I've heard him say in a while. He's mocking these dudes from Iran. So he's sitting down and he's talking about how much he's fucking up Iran. And he's like, yo, we got their military ships at the bottom. Oh, here we go.
And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down with some of the people in this room, like Urban, like Coach, a very fine coach, Nick, who won a lot. He won a lot.
No. This ain't it. He was giving an update on Iran, and he was just like, yo, basically their whole fucking navy's at the bottom of the ocean. We murdered a couple of their niggas. Like, yo, he talked like King Von. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Remember how King Von used to tweet? That's how Trump talk. I can't even lie. Trump talk exactly how King Von used to tweet. Right here. This is it.
I'll give you one more chance because that was a bad question you asked before. Go
Listen to
ahead.
this.
We've already got a lot of
I
sound
don't want to
bites
leave him in the
about the
lurch like
sports. Can I ask one off topic?
that. On topic,
On topic. Okay.
which is unusual for you. Go ahead.
Thank you. What is motivating you to do this right now? Because there is a lot of other stuff going on in the world.
Right, that's right. There's a lot. We're doing by the way, in Iran, we're doing very well. Somebody said, how would you score it from 0 to 10? I said, I'd give it a 12 to a 15.
Yo, this guy's sick, bro.
Their army is gone. They're just about, look, their navy is gone. Their communications are gone. Their leaders are gone. 2 sets of their leaders are gone. They're down to their 3rd set. Their air force is wiped out entirely. Think of it. They have 32 ships. All 32 are at the bottom of the ocean. Other than that, they're doing very well, Coach. Very well.
They're doing very well, Coach. No, this guy's sick.
We're doing, our military is doing phenomenally. That's the big thing for this week. We seem to have a new thing every week, but the situation with a very bad and very sick group of leaders who were killing a lot of people. A lot of our people were being killed. They were being...
Okay. Yeah, this guy right here, he's something else. Not gonna lie. Okay. So that's supposedly going on in Iran. Obviously, there's another side to the story. You have what Trump says, and then you'll hear another side that's kind of usually anti that. A lot of people are saying that we aren't doing well in Iran, and according to many, they feel like the Iran war, so to speak, is actually backfiring on us, right? Iran, and that essentially we kind of look crazy. And we're looking for like a strategy to somehow pull out, right?
What I want to do next is
On Friday, signs of war are close by.
Today will be, yet again, the highest volume of strikes that America has put over the skies of Iran.
13 days into the mission, the Pentagon says Iran has no Navy, no Air Force, and its ability to respond with drones and missiles is down 90%. Now, U.S. forces...
Are these the drones? Oh, wow. Yo, why do these look like RC planes?
are targeting Iran's defense companies that manufacture the regime's weapons.
We're targeting their defense industrial base so they cannot rebuild the capabilities that can harm America's interests.
The Pentagon is also sending additional troops and warships to the region. The USS Tripoli and the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit, about 5,000 Marines and sailors total. This will give President Trump more on.
Yo, this is why news is propaganda. Because when you watch this shit, you're like, damn, these niggas stand no chance. Right? Like, when you watch this, you think they stand no chance.
Options, especially while the Iranians continue to attack cargo ships in the Strait of Hormuz to block the flow of oil.
They want that focus on the Straits of Hormuz to put max pressure on the United States, so that becomes the pacing item for the war, not the achieving of our military objectives.
Some Democrats fear the administration is planning to send ground troops into Iran. But in a radio interview Friday, President Trump shot down reports that he's planning to send special
Truth Social post out. It's a little lengthy. I'm going to read this. Most powerful.
Okay. All right. I did want to play like an opposing view real quick where people feel like United States losing the war. So obviously, listen to Trump. He says we're fucking murdering these motherfuckers, right? And then you'll hear some other people that kind of like have a different opinion. I'd like to hear a creator possibly speak about it. These guys are so boring. But you know what? I'll just play a short clip.
Let's talk about Professor John. Let's take a listen here to John Mearsheimer to sort of set the table.
And that President Trump, I think, would like to put an end to it. And the
B1.
It's quite clear that the war is not going well for the United States, and that President Trump, I think,
once again just proves how powerful media is, right? So you listen to Trump, what he's putting out on his social media and through his like media connects, like we're fucking winning, like we're up like 80 points, and then you listen to this guy, he says no.
Would like to put an end to it. And the problem that he faces is he can't find an off-ramp. I think nobody can tell a plausible story about how this war ends.
Okay, and without playing the whole thing, I believe I know where he's going with it. The off-ramp to this feud is that we want to replace their leaders, but they don't want us to replace their leaders. So if we went in with the goal of we're going to replace your leaders because we're big bad America, and we just did it basically in Venezuela, and they're like, no, you're not. We're just going to pick someone else that's with our ideology, and the show is going to go on. It's going to look stupid for us to leave after we accomplish nothing. Yeah, you murdered a couple people. You just now seem like the bad guy in the world. You have not made any change. So we kind of need to replace their government. That's seeming far-fetched. Or find a way to kind of like wrap this up as a win because we can't fight these people for forever.
If we had decisively defeated Iran the way we decisively defeated both Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan in World War II, then you can say the war is over with, we are the winner, and we're going to impose terms on the loser. But that's not what's happened here. They haven't won anything approximating a decisive victory. And in a very important way, the Iranians have an incentive to continue the war, to turn it into a protracted war of attrition, and they have the means to do that.
So obviously definitions of what that means have been floating around from this administration itself. Last week, Caroline Leavitt had to come out and...
Okay, so I think you guys kind of get it. This idea is, okay, what does a win look like? Trump is clearly telling us we're winning because we're bombing the shit out of them. They clearly seem like, even though they can't sustain, like competing with us with bomb for bomb, them bombing, us bombing their military infrastructure, them doing it to us overseas. Obviously, nobody bombing our military bases over here. We're getting nothing out of it, right? So we're just bombing the bomb, right? And what they're doing is like, all right, we'll just fuck up the rest of the Middle East, and we're going to now kind of have threats at the United States. But our overall goal of, the idea is like, oh, here's a couple off-ramps. Well, they can't make any more nukes. Well, a lot of people thought they weren't going to make nukes anyway. But that's an off-ramp, which means the public will be satisfied like we did something. The second thing is we pick a leader. That's what we really want, a leader that will love Israel. But I don't think that's happening. And I think there's a couple more off-ramps. I don't really know off the top of my head, but
down what the objectives were, what victory looks like, or put, as Blumenthal said, troops on the ground in Iran to actually tackle substantively, whether it's the nuclear question, the missile question. I mean, I was talking to Brian Dean Wright, his former CIA guy, on my show the other day, and he was like, well, you could put special forces on the ground to pull the nuclear material out of the dirt. Well, that's boots on the ground. That's boots on the ground. So it does feel like an inflection point right now.
Okay. So a lot of people feel like we're not winning, right?